Chevrolet, General Motors, Jam Handy, the gang's all here. Hey, stop conducting the conductor. You can't do that. This is back before radio stations pivoted from live orchestras to Rush Limbaugh and Whip It Out Wednesday. Leopold! Uh-oh, look out. Here comes Lydia Tarr. Come on, just end already, you drama queen. Uh-huh. The end.
As a solo selection, Rubinoff draws the bow across his Stradivarius to play Green Eyes in his own inimitable style. We present Rubinoff and his violin.
Featuring Pop Smoke. Fiddle, fiddle, turn knobs. Do cluck, old hen. Closer. That's the Jude Law movie I couldn't think of last night. Did everybody wear tuxedos to work back then? Make sure my hoagie is delivered right on time.
And so, we're on the air.
I guess.
Let's see how the broadcast gets from the studio to your home.
Oh, that's all right.
Of course, you don't hear the real sounds over your home radio. What you hear is a translation of the sound.
This is only a tribute.
Sound travels in waves. The picture of a sound wave, if we could see it, would look very much like this.
Like ghosts holding hands.
These sound waves, made by the musical instruments, travel in all directions at once. Some of them are hitting that microphone and being picked up by it.
Hot mic.
The microphone is simply an electrical ear, the ear of the broadcast listeners. It picks up sound waves and converts them into electrical current.
Sounds like 5G to me.
The operation of the microphone is very similar to the telephone in your home.
All right.
Any sound, such as music or a voice, pushes this metal ribbon back and forth, causing a corresponding back and forth movement in an electrical current.
I didn't ask.
When I say 1, the ribbon moves back and forth. Watch again. 1.
Now I'm spitting fire.
Action of the ribbon sends an electrical current along the wire that leads from the microphone. If I say 1, 2, 3, 4,
this is great broadcasting.
The ribbon dances back and forth a lot of times and sends a lot of different currents down the wire.
It's called free speech. Deal with it.
Currents from all the microphones are controlled and sent out to the transmitting stations.
Then they're your problem.
Form what we call the audio wave. A wave you can hear.
Come again? What?
The audio wave still looks like this after it has been changed into electrical current.
Still spooky.
We want to make this wave stronger, so we amplify it here in the studio control room and again in the master control room.
It's a Tron prequel.
Each time we amplify it, the wave looks a little bigger, like this.
Big ghosts.
Now this wave must travel over wires to the transmitting station hundreds and sometimes thousands of miles from the studio.
Well, you should have planned better.
Rubinoff and the orchestra now offer for your entertainment a rhythmic arrangement of Spring, Beautiful Spring.
It's Double Shot Monday here on WPDH. Scandalized listeners protest the raw sexuality of the bells.
The audio wave coming over wires from the studio is amplified again immediately after it reaches the transmitter.
Sounds reckless, but okay, it's your radio station.
Is that it can't carry itself anywhere. So we have to produce another wave that will travel long distances and carry the audio wave with it.
But that's impossible!
The audio wave looks like small water waves. It will only go a short distance, getting weaker and weaker, and finally dying out.
Like certain mass media formats.
Little waves can travel a long way if they hitch a ride on a larger wave. So for radio, we make a larger, more powerful wave to carry the little waves. This carrier wave is made by what we call the oscillator.
Your parents put it together.
The oscillator acts like an electric pump, producing smooth and steady power that looks like this.
This man is dying!
When the wave made by the orchestra goes into the transmitter, it is put together with the carrier wave by a process called modulation.
Heard of that?
The modulator controls the flow of the carrier wave and impresses on this flow the music of the orchestra so that the combination looks like this.
Frozen ghosts.
The carrier wave supplies the power and the wave made in the microphone writes its signature on it. The result is the radio wave.
And the phrase that pays.
Now comes the job of making this radio wave strong enough so that it will get to your radio.
I haven't owned a radio since 2004.
We have to amplify the current in these big tubes gradually through several stages.
Well, that's how the internet works,
In the
too.
first stage, the wave looks a little bigger. Then it gets still bigger, more powerful. And finally, it thunders out of the power
Oh, look out!
strong enough to carry it over a wide radius.
Run for your lives!
This radio wave is then sent to the antenna from which it is released. It leaves the antenna as vibrations and travels in all directions with the speed of light.
Carrying Mark Levin's inane rants to all the eager boys and girls.
And finally, your own aerial
My own
picks
what?
up a small amount of the original vibration.
The King Biscuit Flour
Radio
Hour.
waves from many programs are being picked up by your radio all the time. You can select any one you wish
Shut up.
by merely tuning in your set to receive the same number of vibrations as a particular station is broadcasting. The radio wave is picked up by the aerial on your car.
Who planted this in my
and is
car?
carried into the radio set. This wave is still a combination of sound and carrier waves, and your radio set must separate them. This is done in a little device called a detector tube. You've seen one in your own radio.
You're making a great many assumptions about my life.
Bottom part of the wave, so that if we follow the top line of what's left, we have an audio current wave exactly like the one we made in the studio.
But somehow with more
Then
commercials.
the other tubes amplify this current. And as it reaches your loudspeaker, it moves the diaphragm back and forth and is translated into a very good likeness of the sounds you would hear in the studio. Listen.
Coming up next, it's Ronnie and the Gooch with the Drive Time Fart Box.
You are invited to listen to this program at this same time next week, when we will again present Rubinoff and his violin.
Oh, same guy with his violin next week, huh? Think I'm gonna switch to Semaphore or some other outmoded communication format. Maybe Aldous Lamp or Smoke Signals. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Jam handy! Goodbye. Josh, signing off. Thank you so much for watching Fun with Shorts. This series is supported by Patreon and patrons like these wonderful people right here. They get early access to new episodes and exclusive episodes every month. Also, check out the updated funwithshorts.com for DVDs and merch and all the good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next time.